Good morning. It's about 9:30 on Thursday, April 9th, and Instacart has slid into my DMs. They are offering me $300 if I complete 15 deliveries by April 13th. So as of today, I have 5 days to do 15 batches and get $300. Now that is pretty awesome. I wonder if this promo is because I haven't done an Instacart batch since October 1st. That was the last time I shopped a batch for Instacart. And that is basically because I had started DoorDash in August and started Uber, I think like September 28th, somewhere around there. And I really started enjoying those. The stress of Instacart, the fear of deactivation, bad customer ratings was just getting to me. But the Instacart gods have spoken, and I think this $300 is what's going to get me back out there on the platform. I'm going to take advice from my buddy Jen on the Go, who has a channel dedicated to Instacart, then head over to my favorite grocery store, the one I know the most. Be patient in the parking lot and start scrolling through batches there and hope I can get a good one. I do plan on starting small. Regardless of the pay right now, I probably want to stay 20 items or under just so I can familiarize myself again with the app, because there's been some big app updates since I last used it over 6 months ago. So I don't want to overwhelm myself or give the customer a bad experience. So wish me luck. Took about 20 minutes of scrolling, but I got my first batch, and it's, I believe, 16 items, 24 units total, and it's 3 miles away. It's the same grocery chain, but a different location, which I'm still kind of familiar with, so I'm glad to go there. It's about 3 miles away, 10-minute drive, so I'm on my way there now. So, yeah, I hope it goes smoothly. I feel nervous, I don't know why. First thing I do is grab however many produce bags I need for the order to avoid running back and forth to grab more. In this case, I needed 3 since the customer ordered 2 different types of apples and some bananas. Here's just some examples of how selecting the items goes. If you happen to pick the wrong item by mistake, the app will notify you of your error, which is great. Luckily, no errors were made here. And I love that it prompts you to type in the quantity when it's more than 1, so you ensure you get the correct amount. And here comes the dreaded frozen food aisle. There's just so many different kinds, and this customer had a lot of different ones and a lot of different quantities. It took me forever to find this rice and black bean one, but after reading the labels on the shelf, I found it hiding behind a few shrimp dinners. I finished everything up pretty quickly. As you can see the timer in the bottom right-hand corner. Instacart suggested the shop would take around 25 minutes, and I finished in 19 minutes. I know many of you could have probably gotten such a small batch done faster, but I was pleased with myself for the first shop back.
I have been chosen. Farewell, my friends. I go on to a better place.
Right then, who's next?
Pick me.
Yes, the little Sheila down the front.
Woo!
All right, first batch in 6 months is completed. Went extremely well. They had everything in stock, which was great. And then it was a hand to the customer delivery. It was an older woman. She came to the door, apologized she didn't have a mask, but she said she's fully vaccinated, so good for her. And then she said I'm the first person she has seen use an insulated bag. She did have a ton of frozen food, and I was her 41st order with Instacart. So that means the 40 people before me, I guess, didn't use an insulated bag. That's not very good. Come on, people. Step up your game a little bit. But yeah, I'm going to find somewhere to park and scroll for batch number 2. When I saw my Lanta on the order, am I the only one who thought of this? Super simple batch. I always make sure to send a picture of the drop-off in the chat with the customer, as well as the photo that Instacart prompts you to send. Here we go with batch 3, again at Walgreens, 7 items for $16.63, and it looks pretty simple. I get a message from the customer as I'm driving to Walgreens about one specific item on his list. And once I get to the store, I ensure the customer I will find the plan B for him. As I continue shopping what should have been a super easy batch, I'm realizing this store is out of a lot of stuff. I assume he chose, for example, these different pill types and quantities for a reason, so I don't want to make replacements on my own. Luckily, he's responsive on the pills until he ghosts me. So here I am, lining up overnight pads for pictures since the kind he wanted was out of stock. And then the Pamprin was also out of stock, and even though it said refund, I figure if you need a pill like Pamprin, you want something similar. So I gave him options just in case. Since I wasn't hearing anything, I made my best decision on the pads because I figure that may be a necessity. But since the app told me he chose a refund for the Pamprin, that's exactly what I did. I just do not understand why customers stop replying in the middle of a shop, especially when they're the ones who initiated the communication. Oh well. Alright, this is the fourth Instacart batch of the day. I hope it's easy. It's 2 items, 7 units of one and 2 of the other. So I hope they have them all in stock. Here's hoping. So I get to the aisle and think, score, they have them. Then as I look closer, what they have is the blue bag with the orange stripe. But what I need is a blue bag with the purple stripe. So I get down on my knees, rummage all the way to the back, and they had none. So of course I message the customer and say they do not have them, giving her options of what they did have. Luckily, she's responsive, but at the same time she replies, I actually see what she wanted in the next fridge over on the top shelf. So I apologize and tell her that. As I'm grabbing them from the top and searching all the way to the back, you can hear me sigh as they only have 5 units, not the 7. So then I message her again and let her know if she'd like any other kinds to make up for the missing 2 units she wanted. I'm curious, would any of you have just selected the 5 and called it a day? I felt like I was messaging the customer way too much for a simple batch, but I have customer service ingrained in me and I wanted to do all I could to make her have a positive experience on the Instacart app. So I get to the customer's house, place the bags down, one falls over as I'm trying to take the picture and she opens the door. So I go, oh hey, how are you? Nothing. I said, let me just stamp a picture for Instacart. Nothing. She's just giving me the dirtiest look and I'm just staring at her ugly feet. It was very awkward.
Ew. Ew. Ew, David. Ew. Ew, no, David. Ew. Ew. Ew.
Good morning. It is day 2 of my attempt at this Instacart promotion. Yesterday wasn't too bad. I only did 4 batches out of the 15, so I've got 11 batches left to do in 3 days. I can do it. It is raining today. It's supposed to rain all day today, so hopefully that means people will not want to do their own grocery shopping. I just hope that I can keep their groceries dry in the cart. Just picked up my coffee. It's about 10 a.m. and I'm about to fire up Instacart and patiently scroll and hope to find some good batches. Here is the first batch that I snagged, another from Walgreens, $14.75 for only 6 items. Went smoothly except for the bleach she wanted 2 boxes of, they only had 1. She never replied, so only got 1 box of bleach. Hope I didn't mess up her new hairstyle. I'm going to Tony's Supermarket. This used to be one of my favorites. Haven't been here in like 6 months. Just got to pick up 2 things of ricotta cheese for $13. Should be nice and simple. I should have known by now that such an easy batch would have given me problems. So, like I said, haven't been to this supermarket in 6 months. I went to where their specialty cheeses were. It was no longer there. So I found an area with cheese, but no ricotta. So then I go to the regular cheese aisle, didn't see it either. I go back to the dairy aisle and it's above the yogurt for some reason. And this supermarket is pretty huge, so that was a lot of walking around. I get there and they don't have the specific ricotta that this woman wants. Luckily, she was responsive. She said she just needs some ricotta with whole milk. I got her what she needed, and this is why customers responding is so important. Thank you, Sandy. We love you. Here is an example of batch heaven. One item for $9, going 1.5 miles. I was in and out of there in under 2 minutes. It felt more like a DoorDash pickup than Instacart. We like it. This next batch took me back to Tony's Supermarket. Went very smooth. Customer was responsive. She wanted a bag of grapefruit. They only had them individual. She was fine with that. And then she left notes under the grapes that if they had organic, to please pick those up. I wanted to acknowledge that I saw her note. They did not have organic. She was fine with the regular, so I just want to let her know I didn't blow off her special request. I gotta say, I'm taking a break from Instacart because it's been a long time since there's been a good batch. So I just picked up a double order on Uber Eats, $20, going only 4 miles. So I'm gonna do some Uber Eats. A rainy Saturday night should be good for food delivery, and I will sporadically keep checking Instacart, but I'm halfway through my goal for the promo. I've got 8 batches done, so only 7 more to go. Maybe I can do 7 batches tomorrow on Sunday and get it over with. We'll see. After a couple more Uber Eats deliveries, I hit my wall. I was soaked. I was tired of being out in the rain. Am I going to finish this Instacart promo? You'll have to wait and see. To be continued.